Hey guys, my name is Tal and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since I made a video, but I'm here and I'm always thinking of you guys. So as promised, today's video is gonna be about 5 things that you must never do when applying for low-income housing tax credit program. So I hope you find this information informative. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Also watch all my previous videos, read the comment sections. There's a lot of testimonial about a lot of people that follow the steps and got approved. There's a lot of encouragement in the comment section. So just read through the different comments for all the videos, and you'll be amazed how much you'll feel empowered. Like, I read through them and I feel empowered. You know, I smile, like my heart smile every time someone say, hey, I followed the step and I was approved. So I want you to have that same experience. So just read through it, watch the video so you too can be informed and you too can be empowered and follow the steps to apply for the program. Okay, so let's get into today's information. So again, 5 things you must never do when applying for a low-income housing tax credit program. So number 5 that's on my list is never disrespect or bribe the leasing agent. A lot of you guys may say, what? These things happen? Yes. And if you are extremely disrespectful to the leasing agent, you can be disqualified. So just always be cognizant of how you're communicating to the specialist or the leasing agent, because you don't want to lose an opportunity for something like that. And I've seen where people were rejected from the program as a result of the disrespect, how disrespectful they were to the leasing agent. This is not something that's easy. It's not like, oh, you send me a nasty email, you're disqualified. No, like there's a lot of steps and obviously supporting documents. It has to go through the agency. The agency has to approve on this, and it's a lot of steps, but it happens. And likewise, do not bribe them. You be like, what? Yes, I've personally seen so many times people bring, this happens particularly in middle income. People bring so much money to try to give you to some way for you to finesse something to let them get an apartment. Never, ever do that. Follow the steps. And if it is for you, it will be for you. So that is number 5 on my list. Number 4, and I'm sorry I don't have like those, what do they call them? I'm not a YouTuber, so I don't have all the little countdowns and the pop-ups and so forth. So just rewind if you missed something. Number 4, never submit multiple applications. If you do, you will be disqualified. Like, this is to the same developer. So never submit multiple applications to the same developer. And multiple applications fall under, if there's 3 people in your household and every person filled out a profile with the same composition and applied, that is considered multiple or duplicate entry. So never do that. Like, only if you're applying for a developer, everyone that's listed on an application, that name should only be listed on one application for that developer. If that name is listed on multiple applications, the application will be rejected. So make sure you do not do that, because it's almost like a lot of people do that to have like more hands in a pot or whatever the term is, but it end up working against them. So never do that. This is all data intelligence. So yes, the system is going to capture that because the name is there, the social security, the date of birth. Yes, the system is going to capture it, and yes, your application will be rejected. So that's number 4. Number 3, this is a pet peeve of mine. Never miss your appointment or deadlines. Everything with affordable housing is time sensitive. And yes, occasionally you can miss a deadline and you appeal, but who wants to go through an appeal process? Like I don't want you to go through that. So make sure that you are submitting information timely. If they say 5 business days, yes, it's 5 business days. If they say X, yes, it is so. So make sure that you arrive on time. If you're doing in person, a lot of things are still just remote, meaning uploading on the portal or sending via email. If they say like 5 business days, make sure you get it in before the end of that business day. Don't send it to them the next day. If the day ends at, obviously the night ends at midnight, right? 11:59 for better wording. If you send something at 12:05, that date is a following business day. So in theory, you can be rejected for something as simple as that. So just please do not think this is something minor and it's not a big deal. It is a very big deal, because it's not just the developer. Like, the agency review all the information, right? So we have to be in compliance, because when the information is sent out over to the agency, if we're not in compliance, that's an issue. So never miss an appointment or a deadline. That's very important. So that's number 3 on my list. Number 2 on my list: never add people to your application that will not be living with you. Sounds strange. It happens. A lot of people add people to their application to increase their eligibility. Like, say for example, if someone is a high earner and they by themselves would not qualify, then they want to add their brother who is living in another state, or who is living somewhere else. You want to add this cousin, you want to add this friend, because they may not have any income. So you just need to make up your household composition to get the apartment. Never do that. It's not gonna end well for you. It's gonna complicate things for you, particularly in any housing, but particularly low income housing, because with low income housing tax credit program, you have to recertify every year. So if you randomly add 3 people just to make up numbers, guess what? Every year you have to chase those 3 people when it's time for recertification for them to provide the documentation needed. And you don't want that. You don't want to have that type of stress on you. And if anything changes, like, you just don't want that type of problem. A person could not want to comply with you anymore. And you can't, like, if you go to move, say, oh, this person is not living with me, they have to provide proof of where they're living. And it's a whole lot of steps that you don't want to get into. And I see people do this all the time. And when they come for the interview, when we had in-person interview, then, just by their disposition, you could tell that something is off. Because they just chose random people on their application, knowing that these people are not going to be living with them. So never do that. Number 1, obviously you guys saw this one coming. Never commit fraud. Guys, this is a big deal. Like, if you commit fraud, you could be blocked from applying for any other low-income housing tax credit program or affordable housing program, period. And fraud mean multiple things. That means if you lie in your application, right, saying your income is this, but it's really that. Fraud meaning if you modify documents. I've seen some pay stubs there. I'm looking at the pay stub and I'm looking at the person and they forgot to, cover this date or something. Do not modify documents. Do not withhold information. That's still fraud. If you have multiple accounts and you knowingly did not disclose that, that's an issue. I've seen people where, I asked about additional assets. They don't have any additional asset, but their pay is going to an account. You don't forget an account that your pay is going to, so it's like things like these. So do not commit fraud. If you lie, if you know it, if you intentionally lie, or if you just chose not to disclose information, that's also fraud. So make sure you do not do any of these 5 things, because it will impact your eligibility for affordable housing. And with fraud, as I told you guys before, that can be identified during the application process, and it can also be identified after you move in. So you could be living in affordable housing and we found out that you commit fraud, and guess what? You'll get evicted. So you do not want to go down that road. I don't want that for you. And I know anyone here, that's the furthest thing from their mind. I know everyone here is just here for the steps to do it the right way. So those were my 5 things, and I'm gonna give you a bonus. So this is 6. This bonus is more on a personal level, right? So consider this number 6. Never accept an apartment that you are not happy with. And I said this in previous videos because I've seen this over and over and over. So when you go through this process, please make sure that you know the unit that you'll be moving into. Do not just take anything that's given to you and you're not happy with it. Yes, it's great to be paying affordable rent, but your peace and your solitude and your comfort is also important. And to me, what is for you is going to be for you. So don't think the first approval you get, that's going to be necessarily the last one or the only one, so you have to take it. So number 6 is a bonus. Make sure you're happy with the unit that you're moving into. Don't just take it just because you qualify. That's important to me, and I hope it's important to you. So those are my 6 quick tips regarding affordable housing. I hope you found this information helpful, and I hope you've been reading the guidelines, watching the previous videos, and applying to the available lotteries that's on the Housing Connect website. So as always, guys, leave a comment below if you have questions. If you found this information helpful, give the videos a thumbs up. I'll be sure to make my best effort to respond to your emails and your comments. But that is all I have for today. Just continue to be of good courage, trust the process, do what you need to do, follow the instructions, don't do any of these 6 things that's mentioned. And if it is for you, it will work out for you, because there's so many amazing things that's going to happen for you, and everything is going to align when it needs to align, and the timing is just going to be just right for you. So if you missed out on a previous opportunity, don't be mad or sad about it. It wasn't for you. When it's for you, it's going to happen at the right time, because God is such an intentional God that he makes sure everything aligns when it needs to align. So what I want you to do right now is just to continue to be of good courage, do your part, and just watch the universe work in your favor, because all things are going to work out for your good. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next video. I have a surprise for you, so I think you're gonna appreciate the next video. So make sure you turn on the notification and subscribe to the channel. Have an amazing day.